A Soviet female soldier kicked over a food bucket, forcing the German prisoners to crawl on the ground like dogs, scrambling for the scraps scattered across the dirt. Some grabbed with their hands, some licked with their mouths, and some even cracked their heads fighting for a single bite. Every second revealed their desperate hunger for survival. A scene wretched beyond words, as if they were nothing more than pigs kept by Soviet women. Of course, there were also men with backbone, those who would rather starve than crawl like animals. One even lodged a complaint, accusing the guards of violating the Geneva Conventions. Sarah answered with clubs and fists, beating him until he could no longer speak. Before he could beg for mercy, Anna had already stepped forward, filing her own complaint against Sarah. Sarah was unwilling, but she had no choice but to stop. This was a Soviet prison camp run solely by women. Since the male soldiers had all fallen in battle, the commander ordered women to guard the German captives. At first, they were all stunned. When 2 Germans froze to death on the ground, some prisoners rushed to strip them for clothing. Sarah raised her Mosin Nagant and shot one dead on the spot. The other quickly threw up his hands in surrender, begging her not to shoot. Sarah unleashed her hatred through kicks, blows, and clubs, until the others dragged her away. At last, Anna could bear it no longer. She led the colonel into Sir's storeroom, where they discovered food she had been hoarding from the prisoners. Sarah insisted it was a frame-up, but she was still stripped of her post. From that moment, the camp changed completely. The brawny female guards ordered the Germans to strip naked. When the prisoners thought they would be left to freeze, the women instead drove them into the bathhouse. The Germans, terrified, thought they were about to be gassed to death, but suddenly the women turned on the water, giving them a steaming bath. Anna even handed out soap, telling them to wash themselves clean. Afterward, they were given fresh clothes, dressed neatly and properly, and led into a ballroom. There, they were expected not only to offer their souls, but also their bodies, to comfort the Soviet women who had lost husbands on the battlefield. And yet, when the evening ended, the women were reluctant to part with them. The camp's doctor, seizing a moment when the commander was absent, ordered her husband to open the gates, allowing German prisoners to slip away with their women. She herself even left a window open for her own German lover. From then on, the prison camp ceased to be one instead. It became a strange sort of paradise for Soviet women. But one day, the doctor received new orders. By 6 o'clock the next morning, all German prisoners were to be sent back to Berlin. The women rushed from house to house through the night, summoning the Germans back to the camp. By then, many already had children. Most of the Soviet women truly believed it was love. Yet when the prisoners learned they were being sent home, not a single one chose to stay for the women.